Hi everyone, this is Rob Peters, founder of Standard of Trust Group. I'm here with my good friend and collaborator Lou Costabile, and he is the founder of ARS Technologies.
Myself and Alex Serrano, yes.
Fantastic. I don't think I've ever met Alex, so
Okay.
It's great to have you. Thanks for having me come to your beautiful event here today.
Appreciate it.
I want to kind of get to have you share your story
Sure.
with my audience and your audience. So Lou, I'd like to start out by hit you with a high level question. What's your purpose? What are you trying to do both personally and professionally?
Okay. My purpose for the professional side is easy. I found that most people are chief financial officers of companies between 20 to 100 employees, and they get the responsibility of the information technology. So they usually don't speak technology, so they need someone to come in and do that. So they're either outsource it and they need someone who they can trust. Well, they don't only need someone who they can trust, but the problem is they need someone who makes sense to them and it's simple. So our simple process is that we start with documenting the location, and then we, according to the needs of the users, we have somebody come in one day a week or one day every other week, and we can remote into their environment once we've documented. And from there, if they have a project, we bring a project manager in. So it's almost like painting a house. We're not coming in to do everything. We just paint one room at a time, and whatever they need, we then take care of that issue. So it's kind of IT support when you need it.
Fantastic. So, we're in this ever digital world where, especially in the United States, trust of business has been waning. Employees don't trust leaders like they used to. What does trust mean to you, and how do you build trust with your clients?
Yeah, well, that's a big challenge because the trust is all based on the data, and every company's got a lot of data. So literally, when they're, so to speak, trusting you, when they hand you their computers, they're handing you their wallet. So there's a great amount of integrity that needs to be done. There's a great amount of connection. The guys who work for me have all worked for me for pretty much 7 years or more. So there's long-term relationships there and a lot of trust that's been built. So in today's society, when you have access to the computers, you have access to everything. So it comes from my morals and my root structure. I mean, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ and his principles, and I believe the bottom line is treat others the way you want to be treated. So Dale Carnegie used to have a book called, has a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People, and the bottom line is the golden rule, which is treat others the way you want to be treated. And being a business owner, I get that aspect from them on what it takes to be a business owner and get things done that are important so that the business will move forward. So I understand that urgency, and at the same time, our guys are very good communicators, and usually that seems to be a challenge with IT people, that they don't communicate as well. So we've got the right people in place to trust their environment, to transmit the information, where's your data at now, here, and when, and then of course to build those relationships so that you can continue to sustain other business.
The one thing I want to share with the audience that I've known Lou for a few years now is I have to say, of all the people, and I know a lot of people, both digitally and face-to-face, is that Lou's probably the most committed, disciplined, consistent follow-up person I've ever met. You will consistently follow up with me even when I don't follow up with you, and I respect you for that. And that is a level of source credibility that you built, and that's a level of trust and trustworthiness you built with me. And I know you have stories that you've shared with me, consistently pursuing prospects because you've got a great service, you have great talent that gives a great client experience in a complicated service offering. And I know that you have a weight in a culture that brings that out. Any short story you could share with the audience where there's an example of that?
Well, the short story is that all came from a boss that I had at one point from a former company, and he shared with me that I had quality versus quantity. And I came into him and I had 990 contacts of people in the Chicagoland area that I was showing him, hey, these are people who are going to be potential prospects to sell our services to. And he asked me the question, he said, how many of those can you go to lunch with? Bring that list back to me in 10 minutes. And I circled 5, and I was embarrassed by that, and he says, you have a lot of quantity, not a lot of quality. And that changed my mindset, and from that moment on, I said, I won't put anybody in my database who I wouldn't want to go to lunch with, who I don't like, know, and trust. So the people who I link with on LinkedIn are because I have a relationship with them. The people who I call all the time are because I feel they're important to me. So you're important to me. That's why I keep calling you. And my clients that I go after, I make it very clear to them, you're going to get in a relationship with me even if it's down the road. So if you don't want to get in a relationship with me, that's okay. I just want to move forward with the people that I should be put in their life to help. So I think when I put the clear parameters, it lets people know that it's okay to say no to me, and I'm really okay with the words no.
I think that's an awesome story that ties to so much what I believe in, because you know I talk about open standards of capturing this intangible trust called relationship capital, and it's all about quality.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot of people to make a difference in this world.
Right.
You have the right people who, you know, watch your back, you watch their back. It's not just about you, it's about helping and serving them. You
Yeah.
find the right people, you can serve your clients, you can serve your community. You
Yeah.
can have a higher calling than just selling services, because I think selling services are great, but it's got to be something that benefits not only you and your
Yeah.
family and your fellow partners and your talent, but also your customers and your partners, et cetera, et cetera. So that's all I really have to say today, guys. Anything you want to add to the audience about your services, how they can get a hold of you?
Yeah, they can get a hold of me by going to ARStechnology.com, or they could call me on the phone, which is 630-673-0780. And I'd love to talk to you if you've got a company between 20 and 50 employees and you don't have an IT person, or if you have 50 to 100, have one IT person, that person goes on vacation, and we're the backup plan for that as well.
To wrap up, just to share a little bit about our story, how we connect, how we collaborate, how we engender trust, how we keep our promises, and how we earn relationship capital. This is the source of distinction today. So until next time, guys, see ya.